everyone, it's Priya here, and in today's video I'm going to be painting the snow globe using watercolors, and I'm going to show you how. So I have been really enjoying drawing a lot of Christmas stuff lately and Christmas themed paintings and illustrations, and I really wanted to draw another snow globe. A couple of years ago, I think in 2021, I did do a snow globe with a little teddy bear and some gifts in it, but I wanted to do something a little different this year, and I wanted to create a snow globe with a little cottage in there with snow and trees with snow and just a little magical scene. And I really love snow globes in general. I have a lot of them, and I find them fascinating. Since I was a little kid, I found them fascinating. So I really love the magical element of it and how it looks, and it just creates this magic feeling and this nice feeling when you look at them, and you shake the snow and everything. And that's something I liked since I was a kid, and I still enjoy it till today. So I love snow globes. So I wanted to create a painting that shows this magicness and this excitement of a snow globe. And it may seem a very complicated subject matter to draw or paint, but it isn't actually. I started off with just a regular sketch with graphite pencil of the little cottage and the trees, and then I just went in with watercolors or with water. First I did the background by just applying water to the paper and then adding the colors that I wanted and just letting that blend together on their own. And you can see I'm just adding some darker colors as well, because I am adding darker colors because we are going to add some shine to the glass of the globe when it is dry. So that will really bring the whole thing together at the end. So yeah, back to snow globes. I really enjoy having them, and I like buying them. And yeah, it's something I've been enjoying since I was a kid. And Christmas is a really magical time, and I find it really fun, and putting up the tree and decorating, and it's just a fun time, and fun for family, friends, and just gatherings with everybody, and having a good time, relaxing, resting, and also just having fun doing things that you love to do, maybe that you never get a chance to do in the year, or maybe that you just something that you keep as a tradition to do at the year end. I usually keep building puzzles for a year end. Sometimes I even start off new diamond dot paintings at the end of the year, but puzzles has been something I've been doing a lot in December. That's usually the time I build puzzles because I love building puzzles. So yeah, this is a really festive time. It's a fun time, and Christmas is a festive season. So yeah, it's really fun to have um, some paintings and drawings reflecting that magicness and that magical. The magicness is not a word. Magical feeling of Christmas and this whole festive season. So all I did was basically wet the paper, put the colors onto the wet paper, and let them blend together. While that was drying, I just painted in the base for the snow globe with just a brown, and then I also went in with a mix of white with a hint of grey for the snow over the roof of the cottage, and then I went in with a little darker grey just to get those shadow areas, because snow is white, but when you look at it, there's a lot of shadows, and where it overlaps or where there's little indents in the snow, there's little cast shadows on there. So I do want to include that into my painting, as well as the cottage. The Obviously the windows and the chimney will have cast shadows onto the roof where the snow is. So I went in also with a layer of brown, and I just covered the entire cottage with that brown. And then I'm just also doing the window panes as well with a darker brown. Now when you're doing this, you make sure that your background or the area you're working over is completely dry, because you don't want any bleed through of the colors into one another. So now I'm just going in and creating this little fir tree. You can see these little Christmas trees are really so magical, and they're very easy to create. I'm also adding some greenery. We are going to cover that up with a lot of white. I just want to create that undertone before I paint that in. And then I'm also creating a few or painting in a few trees that have dried up over the winter. And yeah, I'm just basically creating that really winter snowy landscape. And then I'm also just going over the entire cottage with the darker brown, because some of it dried up quite light. And then I'm adding a bit of some yellow to the windows just to create the warmth of light coming in from the, or coming out from the windows, as well as on the door. I just added the base color of yellow, and then I went over with brown just to give it a warm glow. And then I went in over the snow with some shadows for the gray, the gray shade, with gray for the shadows of the snow. And then now I'm going in and I'm adding white. Now I'm using the paints I'm using are the Faber-Castell watercolors, and those paints are, the white is quite opaque, so I do use the white a lot. But if you don't have an opaque white, you could use just gouache, a white gouache, you could use that. And also, if you want to, I am going to come in afterwards with a white jelly roll and go over certain areas where I want the white to really stand out. And then you can see I just added some snow to all the trees, and not forgetting the tree branches and the stairs as well. It's important to remember that when the snow falls, all surfaces around will be covered with snow. So anything like tree branches, the tree leaves, the window panes, all of that will have snow that accumulates on top of it. So now I'm refining the edges of the snow globe. Remember, your snow globe doesn't have to be perfect. I did not do a hyper realistic little cottage. I just wanted to create this little snow globe with this little cottage and snow scene inside, just to reflect that wintry landscape and obviously the magical feel of this time of the year. Now here where I am, it is summer here in South Africa, so we've got sun and rain as well. But yeah, I still appreciate the whole feeling of the snowy landscape for Christmas, and I get joy in painting those kind of scenes as well. So for me, I really love painting this, even though it's this summer. I like painting in all these snowy paintings and illustrations during this time. So now you can see I'm coming in with the jelly roll, and I'm just basically creating the snow little fall all over the snow globe. Remember, when you shake the snow globe, you have snow all over. So I'm just basically adding those little spots or little dots of all the snow as it's falling. And then I'm also adding in the highlights for the glass of the snow globe. Now the highlights are very important because that's what really makes the snow globe look more three-dimensional and makes it look more realistic. Because without that, it does not look like glass, it just looks like a round painting. But once you add that elements of those shine of the glass, or the reflection of the light on the glass, that really brings the snow globe to life and makes it really look three-dimensional and really look like a snow globe. So this was a very fun illustration. I really enjoy drawing snow globes and painting them. And watercolor is such a versatile medium, and you can use so many different techniques to create the effects you want. And it's something that I really enjoy using. So yeah, watercolors is something, if you're looking to start to paint or draw, I would highly recommend getting yourself a set of watercolors, because I think the watercolors will be really something you would enjoy using, especially if you're just starting off. And also I prefer if you would get rather a student grade or higher artist grade paints. But if you're starting off, student grade is fine. The very cheap kids watercolors is not going to work. It's going to be a bit more difficult for you to work with. So I would highly recommend trying out a little bit higher grade watercolors. Student grade is fine if you're starting off, and then if you want to, you can go on to artist grade if you see something that you like. So now I just added in some of the snow around the globe and a little bit of a background, just so that it doesn't look like it's just on a page. It looks like it has a bit of an environment. So this snow globe is placed in a whole lot of snow. So I just created this gray and blue tones around the snow globe, and then I added this grays for the shadows and went over with white just to create the snow that's fallen onto the snow globe's stand, as well as the snow around it. And you can see I'm just refining those edges with the highlights as well, with a bit more paint, and making those reflected light on the glass really stand out, as well as adding a little bigger dots for some of the snow. And then also remember, when you're adding the snow, make sure to cover the entire piece and not leave out certain areas, like go over with the dots on the trees, on the edges of the snow globe, on the house as well. Otherwise it's not going to look complete. So now I'm just adding a bit more white for another layer for the snow on the snow globe stand. And there we have the completed painting. I had so much fun painting the snow globe and I hope that you give it a try. Let me know if you do. I'd like to see what you create. So I guess that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. If you have, don't forget to like and share. It really helps the channel out. Feel free to leave your comments down below, and you could also consider subscribing for more videos like this and other art and inspirational videos I put up on my channel. So till the next one, bye!